it's 7:40. One of the Flockton boys who takes it up, that's Ryan Flockton. Oh, goodness me, some antics, high-flying antics as one of the cars gets dispatched to the centre green, but the rest go racing by as 713 comes through. 213 I should say, comes through and pulls off the first lap of racing. That was Robert Knight. I'm not sure if he made it after all. He's actually crossed off my list here, but it's Pete Stevens who's chasing around the outside there in the 112 car. 740 now relegated to third position, and Shep has had a spinner. Shep has brought that car here to finish it off today. He's been trying to finish that car off for the last 3 meetings unsuccessfully. But here he is again now trying to finish it off. And we get a spinner there in the shape of Lee Wilton in the Battenberg colours. But the rest go racing by as we look at a big welcome back, by the way, to our Pete out there, 652. Pete Richardson. There he goes in the red, white, blue colours. It's a 112, change of leadership, Pete Stevens. Oh, but Pete Stevens is taken out and does a 180 there as 213 goes through on the outside. We have a new leader now in the shape of 791. So 791 takes it up, then that's Aaron Morris, the world champion, of course, in 1300cc stock car racing, 791, and the 770 in second place. 159 is there in third position, and 159 is a driver you may recognise, that's Rubble himself, Mitch Mills. So through they go, and peeling off another lap here as we speak. And look at this, 3 abreast as they go up the... Oh, and tons of smoke and steam coming off the Flockton machine up there. 740 as he comes together with, I think that's the 213 car there of Robert Knight. So probably they won't be going a lot further in this particular race. A spin round for 766 on the Bovingdon turn, but the car gets it back together as we go into the next lap of racing. Pete Stevens takes another spin around there in the 112 machine as the rest go racing by. And goodness only knows who's leading this one now. It's still 791, Aaron Morris, the man who drives so skillfully in 1300cc stock cars, but of course we're not quite so used to seeing him as a banger driver. He particularly wanted to do this race meeting here this afternoon, did Aaron, and there he goes now, racing very, very swiftly indeed in that 791 car. And in second position at the moment we've got it's 770. That's Michael Harrington, also in the red, white, blue colours there, Michael Harrington. And in third position it's still 159. He's being challenged now though on the inside, but by one of the FSO, a retirement for 779. He joins Bungle out there in the centre, and at 960 he's in fourth position, I'm being told now. And in third place at this moment in time is 159. So we'll be 4 next time, Mr. Starter, for your race leader. 4 laps to go next time through for 791 Aaron Morris in the orange coloured car. The forward bit of machinery there, bit of Japanese machinery, but it's going very, very well indeed for the current world champion 1300cc stock car driver Aaron Morris. 791 then your race leader. From very, very close now in second place, Michael Harrington in the red, white, blue car, right up with him. 791 from 770. They've got the Battenberg car right up in front now, who's a back marker, but with just 3 laps to go. It's still Aaron Morris from 770, Michael Harrington, and in third position as we wait for the third position car to come through. It is in fact the 159 car of Rubble. It's Mitch Mills. So through they go once again. This time it's just 2 laps to go, and the 81 car begins to feel the wrath of Aaron Morris. The Japanese machinery in the orange colours there. He's taken him right out there on the far straight. But 770 sees that and takes advantage. Makes his challenge on the inside now. Michael Harrington then. Is he going to take it up, or is it Aaron Morris on the outside? It's neck and neck as they go up the home straight for the very last time. 791 Aaron Morris from 770 Michael Harrington as we got a retirement there on the 801 car, but it's all irrelevant to these front 2. I think it's going to be Aaron Morris now. He's put a bit of clear air between himself and that second place car. Aaron Morris takes the win from 770 Michael Harrington, and then in third place we see 159 coming through to take the decision in third, and we do need a few more finishes, Mr. Starler. Keep them coming if you possibly can. and just a couple more to come through, and then we can go red, 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 to bring down the curtain on the first of the 3 races of the afternoon for Gary Lawrence. And this being, of course, the Gary Lawrence Memorial Meeting. I'm sure the lads did him proud in that one, and I'm told it will actually be Richard Flockton presenting the trophies for the races this afternoon. Richard is just on the final this afternoon. Richard, I'm sorry to tell you, has just had a minor operation. Well, there we are, it's Lee Holland who takes it up. Stephen Holland, I should say, in car 801. The flying purple people eater is right there, 801 from 112 in second place. And it's Shep in 296 behind this. And a black cross for 723, Mr. Starter. 723, a black cross for him. So then 801 from 112, 296. 960 in 4th place currently, then it's 768, 44, 779, 723. Oh, and a spin round there, 723 gives the spin round treatment to 779. Clark, of course, didn't see that one. So 44 goes through, that's actually 744 of course, that's Davey Wild, so we'll keep an eye out for Wildy, one of our favourite banger drivers there. And Aaron Morris takes the spin, the heave-ho treatment for Aaron Morris. He's not going to win this one, not from there. So through they go, 779 rejoins the race, 622 coming up there, and almost a clout in the rear end for the 799 car, but it's a retirement for him. So through they go, the cars are going everywhere. Pete Stevens gets the heave-ho treatment there, but it's 723 who comes through. 723 then resisting the attention of the 801 car of Stephen Holland. So 723 then goes through, pulls off another laps. It's 112 and 801 just behind these ones, and 723 gets the heave-ho. And he's going very sideways there, but it's Pete Stevens who takes it up. The 723 fights back, and he comes back and is once again in front of Pete Stevens now. And Stephen Holland rather, wants to join in this game that these two are having. It's fun up at the front as Pete Stevens goes through, and there's a rollover on the far side of the raceway. We will go red straight away, please, Mr. Starter, as 723 sensibly parks the car and front-running drivers are way well in front of the rest of the field here. They certainly got the pedal to the metal very quickly. Pete Stevens is absolutely streaking away as we speak, and Basher is up there in the 81 machine. Lee Rawlton getting very sideways. Also It's a retirement for the 652 car of Pete Richardson up there in his famous red, white, blue colours, and Pete jumped free from the car. The car that he was racing when we last used to see Pete Richardson here was the famous Ford Fiesta, and I'm pleased to see he's still loyal to that make and car. But he's 112 from 801 now. 801 actually beginning to make inroads on this leader, Pete Stevens. And these two well clear of the rest. It's Shep in 296. He's actually there in third place. So this car that he only brought to the meeting today to kill off. Oh, Shep goes badly sideways there and he's spun out, but the car keeps going. There's no end to the soul of this particular car, 296. Oh, they all get into a tangle over there. Oh goodness me, it's all happening, and the car's going backwards, and a black flag for 159, if you will, Mr. Starter, and it's 5 to go next time through for our race leader Pete Stevens in 112. So the car pulls off 159 and actually pulls into the centre green. Away they go. Pete Stevens continues in his leadership, but gets it very sideways, and through goes Stephen Holland into the race leadership. It's 801 Steve Holland as Shep continues with the smoke coming out. Oh, and Pete Stevens takes a tag there from Shep, and it's all over for Pete Stevens. The suspension is gone. Well, Shep is absolutely dragging the tail end of this car around the Bovingdon Raceway, and the clerk of the course, I'm afraid, Mr. Starter, says Shep, he's got to be black crossed if he comes across the line. But the rest go racing by with just 3 laps to go then for Stephen Holland in 801. The purple people eater rides again, purple and proud, there he goes. And 960 just coming around the Bovingdon turn, is it actually in second place at the moment. 744, then 770 behind these, then 81 presumably in the last position at the moment. But with 2 laps to go then, will there be any more activity in this particular race as 801 Steve Holland continues on his run down the far side of the raceway now? It's 801 Stephen Holland who leads from the second place driver crossing the line now, 960, and the helm with that one, it's Jay Hughes, and then with just 1 lap to go, here he comes again, Stephen Holland, and some of these cars now is 744, the red, white and blue car is 744 in third position, Davy Wild. But we're just waiting for that car. He's almost being lapped by our race leader, who's absolutely flown here in this second one this afternoon. Stephen Holland takes the checkered flag, 801, and keep them coming, Mr. Starter. Only 1 car so far has gone under the checkered flag. 960 will cruise over the line in second place. So here he comes now. That's Jay Hughes just cruising through there in second place. And 821 getting in a tangle there. In third position though comes 770, and fourth place 744, and fifth place So there we are, away they go, 723, your race leader, straight very, very quickly out the tracks is Tenson Kelly in that 723 car, whereas Bungle gets the first heave-ho of the afternoon. So old Shep is cruising here on the infield, looks like he's saving the car for the Destruction Derby. Oh, and Pete Richardson ends up on the green. Goodness me, Pete, whatever's happening up here. So Aaron Morris goes flying off into the fray. Pete Richardson follows through, and who's leading this one? Well, it's 723. Spencer Kelly. He's had his moments during the course of the afternoon's racing, but he's got a clear lead at the moment. 6:22 then gets a bit of a helping shove from the 159 car. Now he gets the complete turnaround, and they both crash into the Armco just on the far straight. And 7:44 gets stuck into the tail end there as well. So 6:22, 7:44 having their own private DD over there on the far side of the raceway, and 159 tries to make it to the safety of the centre green, but climbs out of the car. And that car is well and truly dead, I think, so away he goes, and just waits for a clear raceway, and through he goes to the safety of the infield. So it's a retirement from Shep for this race at least, but I do believe he might be sitting there in hopes of getting the car out. It just won't work for him, so I think probably the best thing he can do with that one, Shep, is to scrap it as it is. However, 960 and 744 all competing for this one, and Pete Richardson is still very much involved in the 652 machine, the little Ford Fiesta, going round very strongly at the moment. But a bit of a trail of smoke coming out from that car as the Resco Racing Bike, still our race leader, is at 7:23, who's a good half a lap up on any of the other cars. So 7:23 Spencer Kelly is our race leader, 6:20, and 7:70 is in second place there. That's Michael Harrington. 7:91 Aaron Morris coming through in third position, in spite of that bit of an altercation there. But it's 7:91 Aaron Morris, the guy who is currently world champion in the 1300cc stock car racing division. 7:91 is right there, and takes over that place for second. 7:70 tries to retaliate, can't get back on terms. Oh dear, that was a heavy one into the Armco there. For 7:23 the leader is gone. So 7:91, it's Aaron Morris who's our race leader now in the orange car, the Japanese machine. And awesome cars having a bit of a bundle on here on the home straight. So we'll be 3 laps to go next time through, Mr. Starner. 3 laps to go for 7:91. Aaron Morris, your current race leader, from 7:70 in second place. Stephen Holland gets himself going in 8:01, but I think he's a lap or two down. And I think 6:52 Pete Richardson is the next man in third position currently. And then after these, it's 6:38, and that's Bungle, isn't it, in 6:38. So through they go. James Friend, the Edgeware driver, 8:21, does himself a spin round, but we're just a couple of laps to go now. It looks like a sure race win for Aaron Morris in 7:91. In second place, hanging on gamely there, but not making any inroads at this moment in time, is Michael Harrington in 7:70. And we're just a lap to go now for our race leader. It looks like yet another win here at Bovingdon Raceway for the king of 1300cc stock car racing, the current world champion. 7:91 Aaron Morris. All he's got to do now is follow Bungle through, and the race win will be his. The checker flag is up. Oh, and Bungle takes him out, but not convincingly enough. Aaron Morris goes through, takes the checker flag. 7:77 is second place there, and coming through now for third position, it's Pete Stevens in the little Fiesta. 6:52. Pete Stevens takes third place, and Pete Richardson, Pete Stevens, who's he? Pete Richardson, I should say, in third position. So there we are lining up now for the Destruction Derby. Any cars, all runners available for the Destruction Derby, and any cars still running are eligible. And it's Shep. Where's he got the running speed from in this car? As 8:21 and 6:52 set about each other, and Pete Richardson takes a flying lead there. 8:21 is very much involved in this. Bob Bennett, 7:44, and oh goodness, someone's lost a complete front suspension there. But the cars continue to try and sort it out here, and here comes Shep. Look out in front. Oh goodness me, Shep goes right in with 296, and the car's still going. Who's cheering for Shep then? 8:21 is also still going, that's Bob Bennett. as the and Shep takes another hard one there. It's 8:14. It's still out there. Marty 18 still out there and racing. And Pete Richardson has got and around they go. And 770 right. It's all happening here. And also there's another battle going on down there on the Bovingdon turn as Aaron Morris shapes up for another. He's certainly got some speed in this car as Aaron Morris, but Shep is still going in 296. I don't think he's got a lot of steering left, but he's still out there and going. You've got to admire the courage of this little white car. So round comes Aaron Morris to peel off another lap. Aaron, it's a PB, mate, not a race. 770, trying to chase him through as well. And the blue flag is ordered by the clerk of the course, Mr. Starter. And Shep is there. I think we can see that Shep has been in the thick of things. Absolute bodywork trailing everywhere on that car. Get stuck in now, Aaron, and get stuck in 770 if you possibly can. So Michael Harrington and Aaron Morris and Shep are the only last runners. 8:14, Marty 18 is out there but not quite running as well as he might be. The car is still moving. He's still in it. And down there on the Bovingdon turn, Shep takes a sandwich from these other two fast-running cars, and I think finally that car has died of Shep's. And Aaron Morris now and 770 Michael Harrington looks as though they're going to have to fight it out between themselves. There's still some movement from the 8:14 car down here of Marty 18, but he just can't seem to segregate it at the moment. We'll see how he gets on. Marty 18 really trying to get that car still going. As 770 goes right hard in then on the tail end of Aaron Morris, but the car is still running, and I think that may well be. The 770 car goes once again, and Aaron Morris does a quick spin round. 770 is chasing, and Aaron Morris takes one in the boot this time round. If the two cars could just come up and give Marty 18 a helpful shove up here we could have three cars running in this still. But it's 770 and Aaron Morris now doing a dance around in front of the starters rostrum here. The 770 car goes backwards once again, Michael Harrington, and Harrington looks the more lively of these two at the moment. Aaron Morris's car now begins to put out some smoke. And Harrington just gets Aaron Morris on the tail end of the car, then absolutely thumps into that offside rear tail end, and I think that could be a possible finish there, but it's going once again. Half a movement there for 791, but a full movement for Michael Harrington in car 770. I think we're going to have to declare a result here for 770. I don't think So there we are then, the green flag waves and it's action all the way from our bangers here this afternoon. Pete Stevens then, the 2006 track champion, leads them away in 112. 170 though, giving chase, doing rather well in the points at the moment is Graham McNichol in that nicely blue and white painted car. Coming together for Dominic Darrington there and Keith Conlon, but they both get away with that one. I don't think any deliberate contact on behalf of those two, but look at 170 go. This is a fast car. So through he goes on the inside, then Graham McNichol to take away the lead from Pete Stevens. Pete, I'm sure, will keep chasing as Dominic Darrington has got a flat tyre on and a black cross for 629, Mr. Starter, as our track points leader. Wells, he gets the big spin around treatment there. 171 goes through, and so at this point in racing, light contact that is, can start, and through they all go, and it's back to the front, and another change on leadership. Pete Stevens has got it back together and is attempting to retake the lead from Graham McNichol. These two having a real good hot rod race between the two of them in this banger event, but nevertheless sometimes some hot rod racing done banger style can be very impressive indeed. And in third position at the moment is Grumpy in 697. So Grumpy certainly got this car wound up very nicely. It wasn't going at all well when he had it out last time, but Grumpy now racing of course for the bitch once again, as he always does. He's into third position and challenging Pete Stevens as they go through the Bovingdon turn, and it's Grumpy on the inside, and 170 now leads. 629 though, with the electrics in the car about to burst into flames by the look of it. Has a retirement here on the home straight. Hopefully he can get from the car back to the relative safety of the outfield. 568 a retirement, as indeed is Dominic Darrington there in 473. Shep's out as well in 296, but the rest go racing by. 734 is still in the fray. 34 is behaving himself today. That's Baz Williams, the man who loves to make enemies here at Bovingdon Raceway, as through they all go. And Pete Stevens and Grumpy now side by side as our race leader goes up there and gets himself hooked up with one of the back markers. 170 then Graham McNichol trying to take out Leroy Conlon, but not able to do so. Leroy certainly up to all the tricks, and it's Graham McNichol who has to settle for just the overtaking manoeuvre. And a big side-to-side one there, shoved from the 412 car of Howard Swallow, but that doesn't detract Graham McNichol following through. Pete Stevens is right there, and Grumpy, both races 697 and 112. And it will be 4 laps to go next time through, Mr. Starter. 4 laps to go for our race leader in the 170 car, Graham McNichol, who's leading from this absolute duel to the death of Grumpy in 697. That's Richard John, of course, and 112 Pete Stevens on the inside there. Goodness knows, these two cars absolutely neck and neck for a number of laps now, as our race leader makes his way past the 81 machine of Lee Wilton, and certainly Lee's always up for a bit of pat-dabbing as the cars go through. And Howard Swallow still got the leader in his sights as the 81, the Battenberg Basher, goes out sideways here, but I'm sure he'll be back. But it's 170 with 2.5 laps to go now, who has a clear lead, and it's Grumpy who's finally got the better of Pete Stevens, and Pete Stevens comes back at him though as they go through the Bovingdon turn. It's not all over yet between these two for second position, but it's 170 who leads the race. An absolutely absorbing race this one. Grumpy then, 697, Richard John in second place, the two-tone blue car. Then it's the blue and green car, 112. Oh goodness me, look at Paul Gorm powering into the tail end of Pete Stevens. Oh goodness me, that's Pete Stevens. He's had it, and Baz Williams there certainly took out the front end of the Pete Stevens car as other cars were involved in that, and it's Wellesley. But 170, Graham McNichol takes the win. In second place then we see it's Grumpy, 697, the Richard John, and coming over in third place, 34, Barry Williams then. He's got some work to do on the steering of that car, but the poor old Pete Stevens then, having had a real nice race all the way through there, takes a couple of really heavy hits on that 112 machine, and we can go red, red, red Now Mr. Starter, oh, the excitement of that one, that was a damn good bagger race, no matter what, we saw the numbers, but so as the green flag waves with a flourish, we see our racers get the pedals down, and it's 6.97 Richard John who leads them away. 5.14 in second place, and 1.12 Pete Stevens is right there once again. So certainly a driver moving through the pack at the moment is Shrek in 7.34, certainly got a bit of speed about this particular car. Richard John who leads them through once again. 112 Pete Stevens taking that second place away from the 514 car. So through they go once again. Pete Stevens now got his sights firmly set on Richard John, who's certainly got a much better turn of speed now out of the 697 car. Well, he raced here last time, I think, and wasn't going terribly well for Grumpy, which made him even more grumpy, but nevertheless it's doing a much better job for him today. 697 then, your race leader as the 81 car gets turned around once again. 112 though, Pete Stevens still looking dangerous in that second place, and 514 certainly not giving up the ghost. The Mad Monk is up there in third position and re-challenging Pete Stevens once again now in the 112 car. So through they go here on another lap. 81 is Lee Walton, he's about to get lapped. Keith Conlon getting the heave-ho treatment by the 170 car that won the last race there. Not quite and there he goes. Keith Conlon does a 360 here on the home straight, gets the car going once again, and 170 goes on his way. 412 has got the chasing brief, and also Billy Wells having a much better race in this one. As Shrek taps in behind Billy Wells though, is it going to be fantastic? Billy Wells, yes it is, on the pitch bend as the two go backwards into the Armco, and Shrek seems to have come off better than that. Billy Wells got the wheels turning, but nothing happening there as Jack Shepherd goes in. There's a roll over there for 734, back on all four wheels. We'll just check on the how the driver is for that one, and red was to start, the driver not happy in the 730 car. So certainly an indication from the driver to the So it will be 3 to go next time, Mr. Starter. 3 laps to go, and a big spin around there for the 81 car. But under pressure is our race leader at the moment, Richard John in 697. Under pressure from Pete Stevens in 112. Then it's the 514 machine coming through quite strong, the Mad Monk, and 170, the earlier race winner, Graham McNichol, having a brilliant day here at Bovingdon this afternoon. 697, your race leader then. Racing for the pitch as always. It's Grumpy. Richard John leading this one, and 81 is back out in front of him. Is the 81 car going to be a problem for these as they try and come past? with just a lap and a half to go now. Richard John leads by a couple of car lengths no more from Pete Stevens in 112. Pete Stevens looks for the inside, takes the 81 car out once again, but he's closer now to Richard John than ever, and it's Pete Stevens and Richard John closely pursued by 514, 170 and 412, but with just half a lap to go now. Surely Richard John will have to really throw it away if he's going to lose this one. He almost did, but Richard John hung on. 697 Grumpy, a race winner there from Pete Stevens in 112, second place. 514 in third, 170 and 412. We can go red. Now please, Mr. Stone. The pitch will be proud of you, sir. She's down there on the bend, they're telling me. So well done. I believe you. So away they go then it's Baz Williams has taken up the cudgels in the 34 machine, got that steering straightened out and looking very quick here this afternoon. The batch and base driver 112 is a bit of a coming together then of Howard Swallow. And through they all go, but it's 34, Baz Williams in leadership position in this one. 112 then, Pete Stevens having got his car in a real old picker earlier on in this afternoon's racing. He's got it out and it's racing really rather well once again now. So it's Baz Williams, Pete Stevens, then the 514 car. And through they go once again. The light contact can now start. So 34 leads the way from 112 Pete Stevens. Oh goodness, Southern Bandits bites the dust here on the home straight. And so I don't think the car is going to go too much further. The driver's certainly okay. He's trying to get the car out of the Armco there to get a bit of revenge, but I don't think that's going to happen. As through the rest go, and back to the front of the race, and 514 begins to mount a challenge now on second place Pete Stevens in 112. That's the blue and green car trying to resist the challenge of the 514 car, the red car with the Mad Monk at the helm. But Baz Williams continues sweetly on his way. There's no one to crash into at the moment for Baz, so you never know, he might actually win a race, which hasn't been the pattern of events recently here at Bovingdon. But nevertheless, through he goes again, peels off another lap. Lee Boy is up in front, and I rather suspect that Lee Boy might be a bit of a target for Baz as he goes through. I'm not too sure. And Pete Stevens then comes back at the Mad Monk in 514 once again. Mounts his attack on the inside, and certainly these two cars going at it hammer and tongs for second place. Baz Williams is quite out there, quite keen and okay with everything in his first place. Oh, but look at Pete Stevens go through on the inside there, but 514 fights back. It's neck and neck for this second place between Pete Stevens and the Mad Monk. So Pete Stevens just heads off the 514 car and moves back into second place. Baz Williams just cruising along now in that 34 car to take this race win, possibly with 3 laps to go, Mr. Starter. 3 laps to go for our contenders out there. This time through, 34, your race leader, from 514 now, back into second place, 112 on the outside this time as they come round. With 3 laps to go, 170 also begins to find his way into the fray, and a couple of cars that go round there, which allows Wells to come through at 410. He won't be too displeased with that. And 171 then piles into the tail end of the 170 car in the centre green. So through they go, and what's happening now, it's 514 and 112 still at it, hammer and tongs in the second era of racing, but Baz Williams still right out there in car 34. 514 and 112 are right there. 34 makes his way through the back markers, showing just how good a driver he is actually, is Baz Williams, as he goes into the last lap. This time through it's Baz Williams from 514, the Bad Monk in second place, 112 Pete Stevens is third. But it's going to be a win today's final for Baz Williams. There he goes, absolutely cruising up the home straight now. As always, the showman does a bit of a sideways slide there as he goes through, and 171 finally falls into the centre green with a bit of damage. Also, Howard Swifty Swallow looks like he's not going to make it over the line. We do need 1 or 2 others. That's a real old sideways slide there from Baz Williams as he celebrates his win. We will go red, red, red. Now, Mr. Starter. And goodness me, what an afternoon's racing that was for the Bangers. There weren't that many.
Who knows? We'll soon see after the first race. Yeah. Probably just get smashed up in the first race, I would have thought.
Right.
Yeah, but who knows?
How many teams is there?
I've got 2 teams.
You've got 2 teams?
Yeah. But just see what happens, innit?
That's it. Good
See what they're up to, innit?
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
So around they go, the green flag waves, and it's 801 who takes them away. That's Steve Holland for Purple and Proud. Your race leader from the 846 car was Stuart Taylor for the Birmingham Bombers. Next up is the Barmy Brummies, I should say, 769. So some are quick, some are slow, some have been spun round already. And we've got a waved red flag, red, Mr. Starter. We've got a car already on its side. Didn't see that one go, but oh dear. So 1 or 2 of these cars getting a bit overexcited. That will mean a full restart this time, Mr. Starter, a full restart. So car there on its side from the Southern Bandits B team, we do believe. We await confirmation on that though, but obviously making sure that the entertainment comes thick and fast. It's 629. It's David Overell from the Southern Bandits B team, who's been over on his side. entering as well, but a couple of cars lost on that corner there. A couple of the Birmingham boys having to do a turnaround as well. 296, it's Sheppo who gets back, and he's out right in front of our race leader, the purple and proud driver 801 Steve Holland. So it's 88 up behind these for the Birmingham Bombers on tour. Do give a cheer to the Birmingham boys. They come a long way today for their bit of banger racing. Another car takes a spin round there for the Freedom Fighters. And 169 moves into second place. 769 moves into second place. That's Carl Markland for the Barmy Brummies. But he's lost it once again now. There's So through goes the 801 car in the lead for the local team, the purple and proud team. Then it's a cotchel of Birmingham vehicles. 769 appears to be the man in second place for the moment. 769 is second, 88 behind these. The boys keep going here. Another Barmy Brummies car crosses the line, and a lot of cars out there in the centre green, and a spinner in the shape of 209 through goes Samara, and 769 takes it up. So Carl Markland for the Barmy Brummies is our race leader in car 769, and 88 is second place also for the Birmingham Bombers. So the Birmingham lads doing very, very well here today at Bovingdon Raceway. But we're just get a fix on them as they come through now. It's 769. 769, your race leader. The World that car takes evasive action there. Nearly throws the car off the track. And the treble 8 goes through 862, 804. And some of the cars getting a bit of a spin around treatment there. So 769 then, there he goes, it's the red and black car. Just passing the pit gate, going down the far straight now is our race leader for the Barmy Brummies. 769, your race leader. And quite a way back to the second place car now, which is number 88. That's Rob Slack for the Birmingham Bombers in car number 88. 769 leads from 88 in second place, and it's been an all-action race, so we haven't got that many still running, but it will be 5 to go. Next time through, Mr. Steiner, that's this time. 769, there he goes. So it will be 4 to go next time for our race leader in the 769 car. 88 now crosses the line in second place. And in third position it's 801 for purple and proud. But 769, our race leader at the moment, Carl Markland, the Barmy Brummies man, is out there high, wide and handsome and looks to be winning this one. The red and black car about to enter the Bovingdon turn right now. And and treble 8 crosses the line. 3 laps to go then for our race leader, 769. The car didn't sound quite so good as it came through that time. Not sure if there's an engine problem beginning to creep in for our race leader, Carl Markland. He's beginning to slow down, it looks like now. 88 has got the chasing brief in second place. That's Rob Slack from the Birmingham Bombers. But with a couple of laps to go now, it's still 769, our race leader. The red and black car currently halfway down the far straight. 769 from 88 in second place. 253 is right there, but a lap down. So with a lap to go now, it's Carl Markland, the 769. That car is definitely slowing down. There's chances for our second place driver yet in the 88 machine. 769 then from 88. And the 209, there's problems ahead possibly for our Barmy Brummy driver, but here he comes now. The checkered flag is raised. 769, Carl Markland takes the win. 769, 88 crosses the line in second place for the Birmingham Bombers, and keep them coming, Mr. Stoddard. We do this if we possibly can. There's not that many teams going to score points for this early race here, but they'll certainly be trying. 209 crosses the line. 769 once again. 253 and 88 both cross the line. It's treble 8, almost with a flat tyre, but not quite. 96 comes home, and I think we can now go to red flags, Mr. Starler. Red, 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 if you will, to bring down the curtain on a very, very eventful first race. Game one. Oh, and straight away there's action in the 862 car as they all get spun around and they're all getting spun. Goodness me, it's all happening here. And is that a tyre or a wheel? It's a tyre and a wheel, Ray. So let's go racing by an 862, just not having things his own way here. Got a flat tyre on the front of this one and all sorts of problems. There'll be a black flag for that one, Mr. Starler, if he can get to the safety of the infield. Oh, and another rollover, and he's up on the side, so that's another red then, Mr. Starter. And that sheet order restart this another complete restart then, Mr. Starter, with such cars as we've got. They will be racing this time over a limited number of laps, but nevertheless it's so around we go once again. The green flag falls and it's 860 who takes it up this time. 796 there in second place, but he's taken out by Leroy in 429. 96 now goes through to third and 771 follows through. So through they all come, it's 860. Pulls off another lap first. That's Ian Scruton from the Freedom Fighters. And through they go once again, and the 492 smashes into the tail end of the 253 car, and it's all over for 492. 176 then finds himself in the centre green, looking to rejoin racing. 801 goes through. 252 is right there. 296 continues on his way through. They come once again to pull off another lap. It's 860 who continues in the lead. Ian Scruton from the Freedom Fighters. From in second place, 429 now, 96 in third, 771 is right there, 707 and 796. Then it's Keith Cotton, 529, 258 and 801. Through go the rest of the challengers. 860 then, peels off another lap, still 96 in second place. And a black flag, that one is pulling in anyway, Mr. Starter, in a black tyre there. In 253 goes through, but 860 it is, and there's a car on fire there, and another red, so we will have a declared result, I suspect, on this one. So 707 is burning away down there. It's one of the Purple and Proud cars, caught itself on fire there. We've got our marshals in attendance straight away. Much worse than that. Green flag falls and through they go. It's the 860 car that leads them away from Ian Scruton of the Freedom Fighters, a couple of the Birmingham Bombers boys in the second and third positions at the moment. And they're looking quite good, quite strong. 796 challenges around the outside of the 96 car. One of the Southern Bandits team just up behind these is 771 going quite strongly. Also Keith Conlon is still there in 529, but Shep not looking too good, just there for the points I rather suspect in 295. But it's 860 and 96 creeping up now in second place. Coming up, John Slack in 96 looking very strong and trying to make inroads on the 860 car of Ian Scruton. Scruton goes wide, 96 goes through on the inside to take up the running. It's 96 Tom Slack for the Birmingham cars now, and through they go. But it's John or Tom Slack in the 96 machine, in the 90, and Keith Conlon allows into the tail end of the 796 car now, but it's 96 leading. I'll try and see who that is. It is indeed John Slack. John Slack out there. I've got him down as Tom, but it's John Slack, race leader in 96 now. 295 tries to take him out. 771 makes it through on the inside, but 96 now under danger from 771. And John Slack then just holding on from the 771 car. Challenge of Jamie Simpson from the Southern Bandits A-team. But he's hanging on there, and it's Shep 296 is right there. The checkered flag is out and ready. It's going to be John Slack now. As through they go, the checkered flag is out and ready. John Slack takes the win from the 771 car of James Simpson. Then in third place over the line goes the 860 machine. So through we go then, and it's the Birmingham Bombers that take them away, and instant problems for one of the Barmy Brummies as a number of the teams set about each other here on the home straight. But it's the Birmingham Bombers that have got two cars clearly out in front, and that will be more than enough to secure victory here at Bovingdon this afternoon for them. Through they go then, it's 796 your race leader from 96 in second, then 771, 88, 429. And a number of cars that follow on from there. 862 gets going and makes its way out into the raceway, not too convincingly, only to stop right out in the middle of things there on the far side as one of the purple people eaters gets stuck into one of the Walton boys, and a couple of the Dad's Army lads getting stuck into each other there by all seem to think. And through we go, and it's 96 who peels off another lap. 796 is the first, second and third at the moment for the Birmingham Bombers, and it's a disqualification there for one of the cars with a flat tyre. Also the Barmy Brummies pull off with a flat. Oh no, it's no, nothing particularly wrong with that one. He can keep going if he wants to, but there we are, flat tyre then for one of the Birmingham Bombers. And at 8.62 finds his way backwards into the Armco once again, but gets himself going. The purple and proud lads are still out there and fighting their way through. And Dad's Army car still running there in the shape of 258. Wayne Turner. A couple of the cars there going very heavy on the back of Thomas Jennings. And 96 still leads for the Bombers, and it's the Bombers. 96 there, 88 in second place, is that? 88 for the Birmingham Bombers, still first and second, although we got a retirement from one of those Bombers there and a retirement from the Freedom Fighters there in car 860. Barry Williams there in car 34. He's struggling to get that car going again, but I don't think it's going to happen as Wayne Turner goes through and peels off another lap. And the Southern Bandits are right there as well. 724 has got his problems out in the centre of the raceway. 729 is right there as well as the Resco Racing Line. 771 making his way down the far side of the raceway. There's still 3 cars going from the Keith Conlon team. That's the Southern Bandits A team. So they're still in with the shout, but they do need to stop the Birmingham Bombers, who are first and second at this moment in time in the 96 and 88 car. Black flag for 629, Mr. Starter, if you will. And it will be 5 next time for the 96 car as he comes through into race control. 96 just coming through now, Mr. Starter, has 5 laps to go. The second place car on the raceway, the 88 machine, also has 5 laps to go. So that's Rob Slack in the 88 machine and the 96 car of John Slack. It's the 2 Slack boys. First and second, the Barmy Brummies making their way back out onto the raceway now, but it looks like it's going to be a clear first and second for the Birmingham Bombers. The Slack boys are out there on tour and are looking good in this one. It's 96 and 88. And in third position on the raceway now, it's 529, Keith Conlon for the Southern Bandits A team. But with just 2.5 laps to go now, it's the 96 machine of John Slack, followed by Rob Slack in the second Birmingham Bombers car. These 2 cars certainly well on their way to making it a race win now for the Birmingham Bombers. John Slack, there he goes, dodging the cars. And Wayne Turner there. No, not Wayne Turner, the 252 car, Dan Weather's car of the Dad's Army getting stuck in, but not able to influence the results of this one as the Resco Racing by. It's John Slack who pulls off another lap with just a lap to go now, and then Rob Slack in second place with the Southern Bandits car. Oh goodness me, that's done a couple of the Southern Bandits, and 88 continues on his way with the other Southern Bandits car coming through, but 96, John Slack takes the win for the Birmingham Bombers and secures their position as the winning team today. 88 comes through in second place for Rob Slack. Third position is 529 Keith Conlon. And keep them coming, Mr. Starr. We do need 1 or 2 more finishes. 771 comes through and takes out the 34 car of Baz Williams, all having a good laugh about that one. But it's red now, Mr. Starter. We'll be right back with the race result. It's another win for the 96 car of extremely fast car driver John Slack, 88 in second place. another, and the 194 car takes it up, and straight into an early lead goes the demon of National Banger Racing, and he's here this afternoon in one of his own prepared, I think that's a Vauxhall Corsa actually. He's flying, isn't he? Look at that go. So 194 then, Steve Anscombe is very much in charge of this one, known as Cecil to his friends, and very much the man you want to go and see if you want to rent a rookie. Meanwhile, some of the other cars behind are beginning to sort themselves out. Starting from the back of the pack, of course, the current leader in the points is 410 Billy Wells. Oh, and Howard Swifty Swallow gets himself up at the rumble strips, while 170, also one of the top drivers here, Graham McNichol, finds his way round the inside of the raceway. He'll be incurring penalties from the clerk of the course if he doesn't hurry up and get himself back on the main raceway, which he does. So there we are, we've got a car that's actually gone round and got a very bent looking rear wheel, but the rest go racing by. It's a big welcome once again to Pete Richardson out there in the red, white, blue car, the little Fiesta, and nice to see Pete back at the raceway here at Bovingdon. Also, one of the Southern Bandits there, 629, goes out, unfortunately with a flat tyre. That's David Overnell. But the rest go racing by 44 then, having a bit of a struggle to keep this big estate car on the straight and narrow through the bends. Meanwhile, Keith Conlon, 529, catches him, spins him out as he goes through on the inside. So back to the front of the pack, and it's still the 194 car who's leading the pack at the moment. Here he comes now to peel off another lap. It's Steve Anscombe, looking very, very strong, I have to tell you, in that 194 car. Baz Williams, one of the biggest entertainers here at Bovingdon Raceway. Oh, it's treble 7, look at that spin round, does a 360, the Yorkshire Bud does a 360 right in front of our very eyes. Daniel Holliday there gets it going again in the turquoise car. And it's still 194 that leads the pack. So 194 leads from car number 34 in second place, and then in third position is Billy Wells now, the top man in the points. Got a different car here this afternoon from the car that's earned him so many points here at Bovingdon, but this car going just as well as he moves his way into third position now and begins to line himself up between himself just behind Baz Williams there in the 34 car, but no one's going to catch this flying Corsa of Steve Anscombe. Cecil going like the absolute proverbial train here at Bovingdon, and he's not going to be caught in this one. What a sweet sounding engine that car's got, and a couple of back markers between himself and the chasing car. That's Baz Williams in 34, 410 just behind him now, looking for that second position. Baz keeps going a bit wide in this pale blue car. Oh, and Pete Richardson does a very, very big slide into the centre green there. Big sideways 180 there for Pete Richardson. Oh, and Cecil decides to take one of the back markers out. He's survived that. The car's still running sweetly as he comes to peel off another lap. So it will be 4 laps to go this time through, Mr. Starter, for your race leader in the 194 car. 4 laps to go then for Steve Anscombe, 194. 4 laps to go. Oh, as he spins another one out there, the 771 car gets the treatment from Steve Anscombe. Through into second place now goes the points leader here at Bovingdon Raceway. That's Billy Wells, 410 into second place. Baz looking to do something about that as he comes down the outside once again in car 34 and back into second place, momentarily at least. So, and it's a spin around there for Steve Anscombe, the race leader. 194 is gone. It's a 180 there, and all sorts of problems then, as it's Baz Williams who retakes the 410 Billy Wells now. Billy Wells just on the outside now, just edging it for leadership of the race. Baz Williams is there in 34 though, as Keith Conlon comes up, overhauls the pair of them, and through into the lead goes Keith Conlon then, in the blue and yellow car with just a lap and a half to go. It's Conlon that leads now, 529, Keith Conlon now race leader now, and 34 in second, 410 in third place there, and I think Paul Gold now is up into the top 3 as well. but it's 568 now that's gone into the lead. 568 is our race leader now, 568. So through they go, and with just the checker flag flying now, it's 568 that takes the race win from Keith Conlon in 5:29. 34 there in third place, 410 in fourth, and we will go red now, please, Mr. Starter. We do have one or two anomalies here in race control to sort out for you. We will be back with the actual race decision in a moment, but through they go then, and it's Grumpy who takes it up, 697. Pete Stevens on the outside, making an early challenge. And the car that went such great guns last time, takes the two of them there in one go. So Steve Anscombe peels it off for the first lap. 194, your race leader from 112, Pete Stevens in second place. So through they go then, 697 in third position currently. The 771 car begins to drop back through the field. 81, not sure if that's a retirement or quite what he's doing there on the centre green. We'll find that out later hopefully, but it's 194 to be sure who's the race leader and taking them through this one very, very well indeed. Bit of an unfortunate coming together then for the 194 car last time out. Oh, look at that spin there for the 180, the 81 machine. So Steve Anscombe pulls off another lap in car 194. Cecil showing the rest of the field how it's got to be done here at Bovingdon. Pete Stevens gets himself in a bit of a spin, or at least a bit of a slide all the way through the Bovingdon turn there, and keeping the power on as he goes. But it's 697 Richard John there in third place, 771 behind these, and 652 Pete Richardson. He's now up into fifth. Spin round there for 44 as Howard Swifty Swallow puts him away, but loses a couple of places in the race while he's so doing. The rest come racing through now as 568 takes it up once again, and Darren goes on to the infield in car 701. 707 is it? And what is he doing? The 81 machine of Lee Rawton there, getting very out of control as he goes into the centre green. Pete Stevens keeps an experienced eye on the road as Steve Anscombe begins to get into contact now with some of the back markers, and oh dear, it's not a bit of a twirly-whirly for the 701 car there, and as he's pushed aside there by our race leader Steve Anscombe in 194, and it's still second and third places are still the same as our fourth and fifth at the moment. Bit of a slide on there for the fourth place driver in 771. Pete Richardson decides he's going to capitalise on that, and does so as he moves through into fourth position. So 707 is still out there and racing. 81 is the only retirement of the day so far. 112 goes through, peels off another lap, and but it's almost 3/4 of a lap advantage now for our absolutely flying race leader, who just needs to keep himself out of all sorts of trouble, and he'll be right there and home before the rest of them. He'll be into the bar before the others have even finished the race. So problems for Howard Swifty Swallow then as he takes on Billy Wells, trying to wrestle those points away from him, and 194 is up behind these two now that are having hijinks between them, and it's 194 then looking very, very solid. Still in second place, it's Pete Stevens in 112. Still in third position, it's Grumpy, Richard John. But it's into the Armco for 194. Steve Anscombe, what's he doing over there? Oh my goodness me, it's all gone wrong for our race leader. So it's Pete Stevens who's taking it up now. Pete Stevens in 112, and it will be 5 next time through, Mr. Starter. So through he goes this time. It will be 5 next time for Pete Stevens in that 112 machine. 5 to go next time for Grumpy, 697, and 5 for Pete Richardson, who now occupies 3rd position. So Pete Stevens leads in car 112, the purple coloured car with the green sides. Then it's the two-tone blue machine of Richard John in 697. But Pete Richardson coming up very strongly in the red, white and blue car. The little Fiesta is right there. 44 is a lap down over these, but they're all having terrible problems now. This Bovingdon Raceway has become extremely slippery. Pete Stevens goes on his way, continues on his way. This time through it will be fuller. Oh, and look at Cecil, Steve Anscombe, then he's going backwards with a car. The wheels all going round and round him, and he's going faster backwards than some of the cars are going frontwards. But nevertheless, he's having fun out there, and that's what it's all about. Steve Anscombe then no longer a contender in this particular race, as Pete Stevens tries his luck on the inside of Baz Williams, who's a lap down. It's Pete Stevens now from Pete Richardson, who's going extremely well in this little Fiesta, and Richardson gets it a bit sideways. Richardson goes in for the kill. Pete Richardson never afraid to get the car smashed up to take away places. Pete Richardson. Oh, Pete Stevens hits the Arco. Baz Williams hits the Arco. Pete Richardson takes up the running. So it's 652. Pete Richardson in the little Fiesta, the little car, the light car, the red, white and blue machine takes up the running. Pete Richardson then comes over the line with just a couple to go. Over the line goes Pete Stevens in 2nd place, and in 3rd now it's the track champion Paul Ratty himself in car 333. Behind these it's anybody's guess. I think Richard John is certainly still there. 771 might also be there, but for the moment at least it's a lap to go then for our race leader Pete Richardson, who certainly had some fun in this little Fiesta. And he's going very strongly indeed into this final lap of racing now. Pete Richardson then, known at Bovingdon as a crasher rather than a racer. Oh, and Grumpy retires just on the penultimate lap there with a flat tyre. Hard lines once again on Richard John. But it's 652. Pete Richardson got the pedal to the metal up the home straight, takes the win. There he is, Pete Richardson. We welcomed him back to the raceway just a couple of meetings ago, and here he is now winning races. And so we're waiting for our 3rd place driver to come over the line. We already have our 2nd place man in the shape of Pete Stevens. It's going to be the 3rd position going to car 711, and then the 4th place 429. I think we have our finishers now, Mr. Starr, so we can go red, 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 and what a bit. Is fly into action for the last 15 laps of racing here at Bovingdon for another summer Sunday, and it's Richard John who's leading them through this time. 697 leads from Pete Stevens in 112 in 2nd place. Then it's 771 James Simpson up behind these. But 771 and Pete Stevens are through on the Pete Stevens is struggling to get through on the inside of Richard John. He's certainly being an awkward customer to overtake. Pete Stevens just about got the car through now on the inside and takes over the running of this particular one. Hits the rumble strips as he goes into the pits bed. Doesn't do his chances too very good there, and it's Baz Williams now making his way up around of James Simpson into 3rd position. It's neck and neck between these two, in fact, for 3rd place, as the rest of the field go running by now. It's 112, and Richard John begins to come back on the tail end of the Pete Stevens car. It's not all over between these two by a long way yet, and Pete Stevens goes a bit wide. Richard John seems that bit quicker through the There he goes, and back into the lead goes Richard John. Pete Stevens then recovers back into second place, having not been taken out altogether. 771. He's right up with these two almost now in third position. But Richard John 697 and Pete Stevens going at it hammer and tongs, and it's Grumpy who gets taken out then by Pete Stevens. This time he makes it for keeps. Richard John gets back into the race in approximately 6th position, but it's Pete Stevens. And a black flag from car 34. If you will, Mr. Starter, a flat tyre on the Baz Williams machine means it's an early bath for Baz Williams there as he goes through, but through go the rest of the racers now, and a recovery going on from Richard John. 568 is up in front of him now, as is the track champion Paul Gone, and the rest of the cars continue to run through. Pete Stevens still going well there in car 112. And the 569, Keith Conlon now is right there into second place. He's up there ahead of his teammate in the 771 car. So Keith Conlon going strong in 569. Pete Stevens there just ahead of him for the moment. And we look to the rest to come through now. We've got 568, 333. Richard John is right there. And Billy Wells going strongly now. 629, Mr. Starter, 629, a black flag for him. Black flag for 629. So he's spending too much time on the infield, so Clark of course has decided that it will be a black flag situation for car number 629. So in he goes into the infield, and it will be 5 to go next time for our leader, Mr. Starter. Pete Stevens in the 112 car, but Keith Conlon making big inroads as Pete Stevens takes the 180, and the car's left facing the infield. A bit of a soft tyre, I suspect, on the tail end of the offside of that car as well, but it's okay. There's enough air in it for it to continue racing. So, but it's Keith Conlon who's taken it up now, and through he goes. 771 there in second place. Pete Stevens rejoins the race in third position. And Howard Swallow not making fairly heavy weather at this one in car 412. Not one of his fastest motors, but it's Keith Conlon who's looking very dominant in 521. As he comes through and takes the 3-lap forward, just and Pete Richardson there takes a big 180 into the pits bend, but he's okay. The car probably will go again from that. Keith Conlon now begins to mix it up with Howard Swifty Swallow as they come up the home straight. It's Howard Swallow trying to take the Keith Conlon car out if he possibly can. Keith Conlon takes to the rumble strips, and all sorts of problems down there. Pete Stevens takes another poke in the tail end of the car as 707 begins to try and take him out. 529 there, enters his last lap of racing, and it's Keith Conlon with a bit of blue smoke emitting from the tail end of the car now, who's right there, right onto the infield to safely overtake some back markers there. But through he comes now, the checkered flag is out, ready and raised. Keith Conlon takes another win here at Bovingdon Raceway. In second place now, it's 568 who just took the second place on the line, and 771 and 697 and 410. Keep them coming, Mr. Starter, if you will, as one or two more going through just to complete the result. And I think that's just about it now. They've all been under the start-finish line at least once, so we can go red, 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 and another stunning for the current London champion, and the man who's up until today was second in the points, that 529 car. The man of the moment being Keith Conlon It's neck and neck as they go into the first bend then. The 6:03 is the first spin of the afternoon, but it's Mike Guilford who takes it up in 2:02 from Stinky in 24. And already pits the car, beginning to pull it out all up to the raceway as 172 takes a very, very big spin there here on the home straight. Sonny Sherwood though, making up car lengths as we speak. 872 goes very sideways there. Gets the car back on track. That's the old Datsun Bluebird. 614 also makes his way back onto the raceway. We go back to the race leader. It's still 202. Mike Guilford. 24 is still there. In second position, Twigo. Right there in third place, car 322. And chasing these, it's the 953 car. 732 up behind these. And then the 247 car. 49 behind these, 363 and 516. So Mike Guilford then making his way past some of the back markers now, and he's actually past Sonny Sherwood. And Sherwood getting a bit of a dip there from Stinky in second place as well. And the 206, Dave King being forced aside by our race leader. Mike Guilford looking very strong here at Bovingdon this afternoon. As he goes through, surely he's not going to win this one flag to flag. As Stinky begins to fall a bit, a tad back now, he's had to admit that he's not up to overtaking Sonny Sherwood. Begins to fall back a bit from him. And the 202 is still right there. Just pulling off another lap now, goes to the inside of Kingy as they come up the home straight. It's Mike Guilford looking good in the blue and white car, your race leader with the red and white bash hat on. There he is, 202 Mike Guilford. Up behind the Dave King car, the all black machine now, 206. Looks for the inside run. Stinky's just about in second place now. It's still Stinky, car 24. 516 though I suspect may have slipped through on the inside of him. Sonny Sherwood's certainly a lap down on these. 730 is also in the fray I think as well. It's a 202 and 24. So 202 then, Mike Guilford still looking good for this one as he comes through on the inside of the 206 car. Stinky's still right there, and he just seems to have got the nudge now on Sonny Sherwood, putting Sonny Sherwood a lap and a bit down at the moment. Sonny Sherwood certainly a lap down in the 348 car, but it's Stinky 24 still being recorded as in second position at the moment. So 209 for 202, it's Mike Guilford. Surely this banger race is not going to go flag to flag with Mike Guilford. He's a very experienced driver and he could do this. But 16 laps of racing, 15 laps of racing for the National Bangers here this afternoon. There will be a DD this afternoon, so all of these cars are going to end up on the scrap heap one way or another this afternoon here at Bovingdon Raceway. Great stuff then from the National Bangers as Guilford continues on his way. This great driver now very much part of the Speedbreath fraternity. As I say, cut his racing teeth down at Ringwood Raceway, but now very much, and it will be 5 to go next time through. Just to start at 5 to go. So Mike Guilford then continues on his way as around the outside the 516 car looks to be Carl Gould, the winner of the Hurricane, looks to be going very strongly to me. He's overtaken the 202 car. And it is indeed Carl Gould now who's taken it up then. The Hurricane winner has taken up the leadership of the race. He's relegated the 202 car of Mike Guilford into second position. 516 is right there. 202 though, making his way through. If anyone can come back at him, surely it will be Mike Guilford. 516 then is Carl Gould, your race leader in the red and white car with the diagonal flash on it. 516 just going down the far straight for the to come up to the 2-lap board this time through. It's 516 from 202. And A number of other cars still right there in the fray, but it's still Carl Gould who's looking good for this one. Got a very, very quick car, we have to say there, for the 2-litre Open, coming up this time for the last lap board. And through he goes to take that last lap board now. Mike Kilford's still right there. We're thinking second place, and Stinky now a lap down, I suspect, in the 24 car. Or has he actually overtaken Mike Kilford? All will be revealed. But the checker flag is out, and the win goes to Kyle Gould in 516 from in second place. A number of cars there cross the line in second place. We will bring that result to you very, very shortly. And through they go. Keep them coming, Mr. Starter. We do still need 1 or 2 more finishes in this one. And we can go into red flags now, please, if you will, Mr. Starter. And what an exciting opening race that was. Some of the drivers obviously protecting their cars very slightly in that one, just to make sure they get through and have So 202 is the race leader, coming through in second place now. 583, 379, 47, 24. 739 very much in contention. 516 coming along very strongly once again. But the leader's gone. And 583 who takes it up, and also he's just been passed on the inside by 379, and 47 now takes up the lead. So 47 goes through from 379 in second place. 516 is there in third position. 739 is fourth, and then it's 583 trying to dislodge some of these now, and Mr. Lossy climbs out from the car here, and that's a very, very dangerous position for that car to be left in. Let's hope it's reasonably safe, and the cars can keep away from it. But back at the front of the pack, it's all very frantic. But it's 516 who takes it up now from 47, relegating him into second place. 516, the driver who won the first race here this afternoon, leads from 47 in second place. Then it's 379. 7738 is in third or fourth position. So 47 is a very strongly contending at the moment. But look at 516 go, the man who took the earlier race here this afternoon. Looks like he might do it all over again. Kyle Gould, very, very strong. Winner, I will remind you, of the Hurricane this year, and certainly one of the strongest contenders out there. 516 in your race leader currently. The white and red car with a diagonal stripe on it, just going down into the Bovingdon turns now. 516 your race leader from 47 in second place. 379 in third, then it's 379 is right there. 202 is right there, and through they go now. In contention as well is the 349 car, just overtaken improved. 7:39 behind these, 2:04. So some of these cars beginning to settle down a bit now, but there's no doubting the absolute determination of Carl Gould in car 516, your race leader. It's 516. He's beginning to lap some of the back markers now, and quite a few cars are pulled into the centre green. This, remember, is the 2-litre Open Championship, and a 516, well, 564 just makes it into the centre green. 439 then, the defending champion, is a lap down on our race leader now, and 47 is actually there. 264 just behind these, and 379 is going strongly still, but still our race leader is Carl Gould. The red and white colours of Carl Gould now beginning to distinguish themselves as once again he comes up to lap some of the back markers, and surprisingly Sonny Sherwood is amongst those back markers. So through comes our leader now to peel off another run, to peel off another lap. Through on the inside of the Weevil he goes. He's got Sonny Sherwood, he's next in his sights now for the lapping of, would you believe, it's most unusual to see Sonny Sherwood in a position where he's lapped in a banger race, I have to say, but it's going to happen. And maybe it's not going to happen. Maybe Sonny Sherwood's out there to do some blocking, and it will be 3 laps next time through then, Mr. Starter. 3 to go next time through for your race leader, 516, Carl Gould. In second place, the pink coloured car, the 47 machine that's currently out on his own now, is currently in second place. 47 then. But 3 laps to go. Absolutely flying, Carl Gould. Look at this as he hits some of the drivers sideways. Absolutely giving it everything he's got around the Bovingdon Raceway. Looking for his second race win of the afternoon, and this will make him the new national banger 2-litre Open champion. So this is stunning stuff then, as we go down to the very last lap of racing now. It's still 516, your race leader, coming very, very strongly. Surely nobody's going to get out and stop him winning this one now. Carl Gould, the man who's come down from Norwich to take away this 2-litre Open Championship for 2008. The checker flag is out and ready for him now. As through he comes, the winner, Carl Gould, 516. Through in second place then comes the 47 machine, and in third position the third trophy taker then is the 379 car of Andy Cullen. So there we are, that's the 1, 2 and 3 decided. Keep them coming, Mr. Starr. I think we do need 1 or 2 more finishers. And we can go red. We can go red now, please. If you will, it'll be red, red, red all the way. And certainly he showed he meant business in that first heat of the... They go, and it's 2:02 into an early lead from 379 and 593. Then it's the Weevil behind these, and 8 over. Oh, and there's some action going on the pitch bend at the moment. Keep an eye on that, but through comes the leaders, and it's 379, taking it up on the inside of 202. So it's 379 from 202 now, and going to get a bit sideways, but keeping it on the island. It's 583 in third position from 522 in fourth, then 363 behind these. And that's the way they go over the line once again, and 522 now just being overtaken by 363, and there's another car wants to be involved in this as well, going through on the inside, and that's 349. So he goes through into fourth position at the moment, but 379 and 202, 583 and 349. That's the top four at the moment. So always 741 trying to get stuck into the race leader there, 379 as they come through the prominent turn, and having nothing of it, the turquoise and black car continues on his way. 803 makes his way back to the safety of the centre green to do an about turn, and oh goodness me, the Weevil certainly getting involved in quite a bit of stuff there, and a couple of cars come to grief on the exit to the pits bend. 363 and 522 all having a real old bash up here. 933 is just making it into the safety of the centre green. Through come the rest of them, and we're just looking to see if the drivers are okay over on the far side of the raceway there. 626 jumps to safety as we go through into race number 6, and we go wave jello, Mr. Starter, wave jello please, and 516 goes very, very sideways and gets another D. We go red, 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 Mr. Starter please. We'll go to a red. We have a driver that's not too good. And just Sonny Sher 41 was, but so he but we shall see as the race unfolds. We've got another 4 laps of racing for this 10-lap dash for the 30 of the afternoon. Mike Kilford just running through there on the inside of the Lee Hughes car. So obviously Lee's decided that Mike was running in front of him. 4:39 there, our commiserations to the former champion, Danny Sutton. He's still, of course, got his London Open Championship title to go on with, and he's always a good contender, whatever race he's in for. But this appears to be it. 4 laps of racing will elapse between now and the final flag dropping. So the big Mercedes opens up its powerful engine to find the safety of the centre green, and the green flag falls and we're away. So 379 now from 349 there in second place, and some cars jumping over the corner there as 741 is sidelined by the 583. It's 3 laps to go, that's correct, Mr. Starter. 349 then through on the inside of this one. And he's taken out, so 379. He's out on his own and looking good for this one now. Kilf takes a bit of a bash in there as he goes up onto the infield there, but they come back, and it's 2 laps to go then for our race leader. Here he comes now, 379 going very strongly indeed. Adrian Clifton then, the worm, is just having to move 1 or 2 of the back markers away, and the 204, oh goodness me, some hefty smoke coming out of the tail end of the Mike Guildford car now. But through comes our race leader, and here he is once again, 379. Adrian Clifton looking good for this one, 3rd in the main race of the afternoon, of course, and looking good for the 10-lap dash. Through come the rest of the cars now, with Kilf putting out some real tyre smoke as he goes, but that won't stop him winning the DD, I wouldn't imagine. But our winner of the 10-lap dash is Adrian Clifton, and the rest come through for their positions in that which we will need to refer to Madam Starter for. We can go red, red, red now, Mr. Starter, and straight away we'll get those cars lined up now for the Destruction Derby, the last event of the afternoon. So 379 is the winner of the 10-lap dash, and well done to him. Do we have some other positions there? 27, 36, So there we are, quite a rumbustious start to this particular DD. It's Danny Sutton, the dethroned champion now that leads them away on this DD, that hopefully we'll get some more crash effects from. Here he comes now, he's obviously looking to go in from the tail end of this one. 49 is still running, that's Bill King. And 522, the Weevil goes around. 433, does a 180 thanks to the Weevil. 363 and Mike Kilford are getting it on here on the home straight, but so 49, there he goes, and into the tail end of Kilf he goes. So one or two of the drivers now jumped from the cars. And a black flag for 49, Mr. Starter with no gloves. So no gloves unfortunately for him, and that's the reason for the disqualification. So 439 and 522, the Weevil is so 294 continues on his way into the side of the 433 car, and all round goes 439. Danny Sutton does a spinner on the 294 car. So 105 goes through, he's still looking and sounding reasonably strong in this one, 439. So I think it's time to make up your mind, boys and girls, who are you supporting out there? Have we got any followers for Danny Sutton in 439? How about the Weevil in 522? And 433 continues on his way as well, that's 433, he's out there as well. 522, the Weevil, he's certainly made his mark on a number of cars, but he's trailing around. 433 gets the black flag for, he's got a flat tyre on that one and he's still driving on it, so unfortunately it's a disqualification there for him. 49 is already disqualified, so unfortunately that was for not wearing gloves during racing. 439 though, Danny Sutton is about to put this pink car into the Armco, or whatever it is he can do around there. 433, oh, what a crash bang, in he goes into the tail end of that one. I think that might be the end of the pink car down on the Bovingdon turn there. 433 is actually black flag for a flat tyre. So 439 then. So 439 and 522, it's Danny Sutton and the Weevil. Looking at these two possible cars, and the Weevil will get stuck in if he gets half a chance. 105 still running as well. Not sure that's Billy Standing, I'm not sure if he's been running all along, I guess he has. 363 also just about still going, James Bully, and certainly James Bully is one of the drivers that you can always depend on to be there and thereabouts at the tail end of a DD. But the Weevil and 439 set about each other. 105 now also sets about the 433 machine, so 105 is still very much in this. 439, any supporters for Danny Sutton? Oh, and it's the Weevil and Sutton. Oh, looks so much like that was going to be a head-on there. And can we have some of these cars actually crashing with each other, please? 105 then, who's he going to turn around on and gets a sudden burst of power as he comes up the home straight, and it's a head-to-head, yes! Danny Sutton and the 105 car of Billy Standing come together, but they both get away with that one. It wasn't a particularly heavy one, as 522 the Weevil, oh, just about escapes that one. And 363 also just about escaping that. 439 though, Danny Sutton is crashed into those cars in the centre green there by Billy Standing, and Billy Standing is still going quite strongly, and the Weevil has got some terrible near side body damage on that particular car. And through they go, and it was a very, very close one on the on that. So can we have some of these cars coming back together now, please? 363 continues his way. That's James Bully. A possible, it's between the Weevil now, James Bully, and the 433 car. So 105 still running as well. But the Weevil is out. Oh, round of applause for the Weevil. He certainly went in quite hard on a number of cars there. But there's not too many running now, and it's looking like Billy Standing is the man who might just have the last ounce of energy to put away the James Bully car, or is it going to be the other way round? Just two cars then, gentlemen, between these two. Are we going to have a head-on between these two? And through they go, 105, and it's a head-on there on the first turn. And who's it going to be? Well, the James Bully car backs off, and it's looking good. And James Bully declared the race winner. There he is, 363, James Bully.